Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 19 of my Thankfully Inspired series, and I'm combining it with Striptease the Scrapbooker's Way. And I have these two lovely layouts by the wonderful Ronnie Sue Scrapper. And I am going to try and use these to inspire my layout. I have this one picture of me and two of my really good friends, and of course my grandson. I'm going to use 49 and Market's The Flower Emporium by Vicki Boutin, because I noticed when I pulled this out the last time, I have a ton of strips and scraps with this already. I'm so proud of myself because that means I've been using it, y'all. It was hard to get started, but once I did, it was like, continue. I have so much of this collection. So I have lots and lots of strips and scraps. Of course, the paper pad, lots of other things that go with this, tons of embellishments, the stickers, the cardstock stickers, the rub-ons, everything. So I've got lots of that, and I'm hoping to get quite a bit of this used. It won't really look like it, but I really am going to use things. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my strips. I have my picture and these two awesome layouts by Ronnie Sue. So let's see how this goes. So when I was looking through the layouts that I had selected for the 30 different creators who I am going to talk about and focus on a little bit this month, I looked through, I had about 3 or 4 that would definitely work for Striptease. So I reached out to Christine, the lovely Christine Harden, who started the Striptease hop, and I asked her what this month's theme was, because there's usually a little theme to go with it, not just use them, but use them in a certain way. So directional was what we were going to go with this month. So I cut all of my little strips that I use to a point, so it's kind of giving you a guide. Now there's going to be 2 clusters to the left, or the right, pointing towards the left, and then one going to coming from the left, pointing towards the right. And that is where the picture is going to be. I haven't done it yet, and I knew better to not do it beforehand, but I'm going to put the layouts up in the top corner, so please, I hope that they're in the top left. So the layout that I use for these are both similar in a way. They both have little strips going back and forth and in different places. She has a gorgeous cluster on the one layout in the bottom right corner. I gotta look at this before I completely get this backwards. Yeah, so she has clusters and embellishments on all of her strips, but the one that I have in the top corner now, I hope, has the back to school with the graduation cap and stuff, and she's got this big bunch of strips at the bottom with a big cluster with a schoolhouse and stuff like that. So cool. And then another one at the top left. So that was my plan originally, and then to have a third, or I was going to do 4 groupings of strips, but then the other one has 3, 2 coming from the left or from the right and 1 coming from the left. And so I kind of leaned towards that, but leaned into the clusters that she's got going on her back to school or the school layout. So I loved all of that, getting all of the different embellishments used up, getting all the little strips used up. I used 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 strips. A couple of them I used half on the top and half on the bottom or something like that. But I'm super excited to have used that. I used a half a sheet of a 6x8, 2 half a sheets of 6x8, because I've matted my picture in a pink polka dot and then matted it again in a green, because a couple of my strips are pink and I really wanted to lean in. And when you see the embellishments I select, you're going to know what color I'm leaning into. So right now I realize that Ronnie Sue's cluster and her build at the bottom right corner was a bigger one than the top. And so I went ahead and added a couple more strips. There you go. I am leaning into the pink. My beautiful friend was diagnosed with breast cancer this summer, and we are just high loading it into the support and the love, and trying to run headstrong into it with her and being there for her. She has had surgery and things went really well. She's got, a rough road ahead, but she is super, super strong. I really don't know anyone as strong as her. She's been through a lot and she has come out with a smile on her face. She is always kind. She is always there for her friends and even people who are not her friends. And she works in the school system. The kids adore her. And I am just grateful that I can call her friend and that I get to be a part of her support system through this. So I really wanted to lean in because this was kind of a lunch or actually it was dinner with the group of us before. No, I guess it was like a dinner. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock. But this is right before she had her surgery. So we wanted to get together and she's one of the Babs, but we're all kind of crazy busy and it was fall break. So a couple of us were free, but not everybody because, people were traveling and stuff. But anyway, the 4 of us got together, including AJ, who is very supportive. I am going to do a page to go with this in the future. I'm not sure if it'll be recorded or if it'll just be a layout share at the end of the month or whatever, but it's going to have the same collection and some 4 more pictures that are more focused on my lovely friend, and a lot more pink. And I do have a punch that's like the breast cancer awareness punch, like it's just the ribbon. And so I'm hoping that I can punch through the 49 market to do that. That paper is so thick. Anyway, while I'm building my clusters, I'm just adding florals, cutting them in half so I can extend the life of my stuff, even though I have a ton. I'm just building things now. So, it's kind of self-explanatory what's going on. So let me tell you, if you haven't had the pleasure, please make sure you do. Please go and find the lovely Ronnie Sue Scrapper. She is just a gem. I adore listening to her when she is creating. She is so detail oriented. She uses a lot of die cuts. She paper pieces like nobody's business. I watch her and she works with these itty bitty little pieces and builds things. Like she honestly is like a contractor that builds a house, like all the little details. It is wild to watch how she can create things out of just little itty bitty bits and pieces. I used to do some paper crafting and paper piecing when I first got either my first or second Cricut, and I had a lot of really fun little die cuts that I would like people and characters and stuff like that, and I would build them and decorate the mailboxes at my school, and I love doing that. But it is a lot of work, and she puts in so much work and so many details. It is stunning to watch her create. I just love it. Plus, she has such a bubbly personality, and she is always so, so sweet in her videos. And so she has helped me so much over the years. She's one of the first ones that I started following on YouTube. She's always been super kind to help me when I first started joining YouTube groups on Facebook and learning how to like sign up for hops and how to post things and how to do stuff. She was always so kind and so helpful with that, and I just appreciate that so much. And like I said, just watching her create, I've been watching her today, and it's just awe-inspiring to watch how she can build all these things and make these beautifully unique layouts, even if they're coming from a sketch or even if it's coming from a scrap lift. They are so unique and so her. And I just love to watch her. It is honestly like watching an artist at work. And I'd hope if you all are not already following her or actively watching her that you will go and do that. I know she's been participating in 30 Days of Sketches in October, so I know that she's got some stuff out there for that. She usually does like Stretch a Sketch and a lot of the other hops that we participate in, so I hope you will go check her out. Like I said, she is a jewel, and I adore her, and I am so grateful for her and how she has been so encouraging and inspiring for me, and so many other scrapbookers, I am certain. And so I just appreciate you so much, Ronnie Sue, and I love watching you create, and I am super, super grateful for you. This last thing that I add on here, other than I'm going to do some enamel accents, this last thing I add on here says make friends with people who want the best for you and keep them close. And I thought that that was the most, as soon as I saw that in the sticker sheet, I went, yep, I have to have that, because the two ladies in this picture are some of my dearest friends. I adore them beyond all measure, and they have been there through thick and thin, and that is what we are for each other. I am super lucky to have some of the bestest of friends, and these two ladies are absolutely at the top of that list. But anyway, like I said, Ronnie Sue Scrapper is her, how you'd follow her here on YouTube. I'm going to do my very best to remember to get all of the information below on social media, especially their YouTube channel. And if they have Instagram that's like public, I will put that down there as well. She is a lovely, lovely soul, and I'm so grateful that I have found her here and found her on Facebook so that I can learn and be inspired and encouraged by her. So I hope you all will go check her out. I love the way this layout turned out, y'all. I love this collection so much, and being able to use this to document these girls, these ladies, these friends of mine is perfect. And Brie isn't in it, so I could use as much pink as I want. So, Anyway, I would love for y'all to give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. Please go check out the lovely Ronnie Sue Scrapper, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.